hello all viewers, welcome to Science TV, news at 1 p.m. I am your host, Catherine Govi, and my sign language interpreter is Esther Kendi. Let's focus on our today's news. The government has announced that it will prioritize the payment of genuine public sector pending bills. The move is aimed at stimulating economic revival by pumping back much-needed capital into production. The President, William Ruto, said and made the announcement on Tuesday at State House in Nairobi when he presided over the inauguration of the pending Bill Verification Committee. The committee will be chaired by former Auditor General Edwin Auko. President William Ruto said that the government owes its suppliers, mostly small and medium-sized enterprises, more than 600 billion shillings.
It is my pleasure to congratulate the Chairman, Mr. Uko, and the Vice Chair, and the members of the pending Bills Verification Committee for your appointment. As you are all aware, when I took office, I committed to bring the matter of public sector pending bills to a speedy and conclusive resolution. As we are all aware again, the last time there was an effort to alleviate this challenge of pending bills was about 17 years ago. It is yet another moment in our history that we need to clean our slate and do justice to everybody, especially the people who do business with government, and more particularly, the micro, small, and medium enterprises that are the largest suppliers of government, who today, our stock of pending bills is all the way to above 600 billion. That is the money government at various levels owe our suppliers. Many, I think almost 100% Kenyan, but many of them also small businesses. The government is therefore committed to meeting its obligation as and when they fall due as a matter of policy and legal obligation. Besides a culture of overdue pending bills, it serves no purpose other than to drive business into ruin, force micro, small, and medium enterprises to shut down, and increase unemployment, leading to general underperformance in our economy.
And on other news updates, we have the Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki has announced that there will be publicity identifying the dudans of 19 individuals and organizations accused of supporting terrorism in Kenya. Mr. Kindiki made the announcement during a meeting with security officials and community leaders in Nkunumbi, Lamu West constituency, and he emphasized that those responsible for sponsoring terrorism will face the consequences of their actions. And in addition to naming and shaming the alleged sponsors, the government also intends to publish new sub-locations in Lamu, East and West. And this initiative aims to enhance security and bring services closer to their residents.
This morning, we have already given notice to 19 persons and entities whom we believe are aiding and abetting terror, and we believe those persons and entities are engaged in terrorism. And we have applied Section 3 of the Prevention of Terrorism Act of 2012. The Inspector General of Police has given a show cause notice on 19 individuals and personalities who we have reason to believe are engaged in terrorism. And subject to the responses that we get with those 7 days, we will be designating entities and personalities whom we believe are aiding terror in our country. So we are moving into extra application of all the laws we have to fight terror. We are using kinetic operations to fight terror. We are using preventive measures to fight terror. And therefore, over and above the list we circulated 1 month ago of the most wanted terror suspects that have been fueling terrorism in this Bonny Enclave, we have now given notice to 19 other persons and entities whom we believe are either directly or indirectly aiding, abetting, or financing terrorism. And unless we get satisfactory answers, we are going to designate them as aiders and abettors of terror, and legal action will ensue, including prosecution and including circulating those names and entities as designated entities within the applicable principles of international law, and the consequences of international law and our law will ensue and will apply on those entities.
And away from that news update, we have the embattled Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza will learn her fate on Wednesday when the Senate votes on whether to uphold or dismiss the impeachment charges against her. The governor faces a total of 7 charges, including misappropriation of community fund or county fund, nepotism, and abuse of office. She has also denied all charges. If at least 24 elected senators vote in favor of the motion to uphold the governor's ouster from office, she will be removed from office. Mwangaza will have the opportunity to defend herself against the charges in a Senate hearing on Wednesday. She will be able to present witnesses and evidence to support her case. The Senate will then debate the charges and vote on whether to uphold or dismiss them.
The governor will appear on this podium taking the posture of an innocent and vulnerable victim of toxic masculinity, harmful patriarchy, gender stereotyping, political schemes. That's what our response tells you. It is back to "It Wasn't Me" by Shaggy. And the governor, if you want to confirm it, at page 2 of our response, she tells you this motion will not be here. It is a scheme by our deputy who is power hungry.
We shall be asking you to please crack the whip against the governor for the interest of Meru. You will be faced with 2 competing interests. 1, devolution to work in Meru for the interest of Meru, and number 2, to help the governor save her private job. Good thing is that will be public interest. You'll be confronted with the public interest against a private interest.
When you look at ground 1, in particular, sorry, count 1, my apologies, count 1, ground C, you would say a claim that the governor paid full salary and benefits to Dr. Ntoiti, Paul Mwaki, Kenneth Kimathi Mbae, and Joseph Kathure Mbae. So you're accused of contempt of court in one count, you're accused of paying salary and benefits in another count.
And on other news updates, Turkana East MP Nixon Ngikolong has accused his tertiary counterpart, William Kamket, of fueling conflicts in the north by making inflammatory remarks about the ownership of Kapengo town. Ngikolong has called on the Ministry of Interior to intervene and resolve the issue once and for all. Mr. Ngikulok accused Kamket of implying that Kapengo belongs to Baringo County and not Turkana County, which has caused tension between the two communities. He has also accused Kamket of roaming across counties, speaking about illegal guns, which has further inflamed the situation. Ngikulok called on residents to remain peaceful and to ignore the inflammatory remarks made by Kamket. He also called on the DCI to summon Kamket's spouse to shed more light to the boundary issue.
Who is a friend of mine, Honorable Kamket, who was there the other day last week, talking about the issue of Kapedo, which is my concerns. He talked about the court making the ruling on Kapedo issue to be in Baringo. I don't know which court in this republic will go against the constitution of this country to say this is the boundary.
You know, the situation in the North Rift is volatile now. Even as we speak, war is going on in Turkana East and Turkana South in some parts. It is no longer cattle rustling as usual. It is now including land.
There are some leaders who are claiming that some land, like now Kapedo, some people they are saying they have been here for 100 years. Let's not bring this country into chaos by giving such a statement.
And there is no community that is superior than the other. All of us are Kenyans. All of us are Kenyans, and the constitution is the superior law of this land. We want to plead with our government. We want to plead with CS Kindiki. Please, 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 CS Kindiki, do it, give it the last shot, give it the best shot. We are tired of losing people.
Now, other news update, we have the Korea community is employing arts and culture, music activities to combat female genital mutilation during the December school holiday. James Onyango, an officer from the Ideal Research Center, explains that this initiative aims to utilize the local Korea dialect to reach both the general public and those who perpetrate FGM. He further states that the initiative has gained the support of many county assemblies members from the region. Sylvester Masianga, a community leader and an elder, condemns FGM and urges organizations involved in its eradication to invest greater efforts in art and culture initiatives as a means of educating and eradicating these harmful practices. And on to our final news update, we have the human rights organization Information Action has unveiled a 3-year project shifting power to the people to fight corruption in order to enhance service delivery in Kakamega and Kisumu. Through funding from Bread for the World (BFTW), Information Action will support formation of community action teams, CATs, that will be involved in tracking development projects. CATs, together with other community members, will be trained on using monitoring tools to identify budget allowed on projects and progress made. Speaking to the media after the inception meeting of the project, Information Action Western Region Field Director Paul Aungo said part of the project outcomes is to ensure the citizenry are equipped with knowledge and tools to write petitions by themselves and access information from the county government without any problem.
There's no civic education. Unajua kuwa na civic education, people will go there knowing they are taxpayers. Hao wanalipa ushuru na sio lazima wakuwe facilitated any amount. Na two, I think pia the way the process inafanywa sometime, it's not good. It's not good is that wanatumia maybe MCA, mobilization haifanywi vizuri. Na tukisema public participation, tusiseme tu watu wachache. CSO sometimes tukienda huko ni kama gate crushers. Sijui kwa nini ni gate crusher, but when we say public, it means for everybody. So the first thing, the facilitation wanaweza scrap, then let them bring the public participation to the community level. Na wafunze watu through civic education, which we actually are ready also to support.
Tunaomba sana inform action wakaweze kufanya kazi pamoja na makundi yaliyotengwa kama vile akina mama, vijana na walemavu, ili wakaweze kuhusishwa kwa kupata habari muhimu ambazo wanaweza kuhitaji kutoka katika ofisi mbalimbali za kiserikali na zisizo za kiserikali.
Kwa masuala ya kuhusu access to information ni muhimu sana kwa CSOs ama wananchi wa kawaida, kwa sababu kuna document inaitwa implementation reports. Hii ni ile report ambayo inatuonyesha kwamba serikali imefanya kazi gani kuhusu mradi fulani na imefika wapi. Lakini ukipata mahali ambapo mnauliza hiyo report na serikali haipatiani, hapo ndo mnakuwa na tashwishi. Mnajua kwamba kuna kitu mbaya inafanyika katika hiyo serikali.
One of the 6 point agendas of Governor Fernandez Baraza is good governance, and I totally believe that this project marries so well with a point agenda towards good governance. And as a county, we just want to welcome inform action and pledge our cooperation.
And hello there, viewers. Welcome to Science TV. I am your host, Ben Werangai, and this is my sign name and my sign language interpreter doing the voicing as Takende. Let's focus on the sports news. Manchester City secured their place into the Champions League knockout stages with 2 games to spare, courtesy of Erling Haaland's support and Phil Foden's goal against Swiss side Young Boys on Tuesday